We've got some news from the 2023 Topps Conference going on right now. Let's just say there's some stuff going down. Stick around. Sports card friends, how are we doing? It is another day. It is another sports card video. Hope that your week has started off just right.
Password. Don't fake the funk on a nasty dunk.
Unfortunately, I was not able to make this Topps conference, but it looks like there's a lot of really cool stuff going on. We've been talking recently about Fanatics, Topps, the marketing. Topps Series 1 baseball is out. There's a lot of marketing behind it. And now Fanatics starting to flex their muscle a little bit with the marketing side. And we're starting to really kind of see it open up. And at this Topps conference, man, they are talking a big game. The news that I got, two different sources. So Jeff Wilson, SCI, shared some things on both, I think it was Twitter and IG, or maybe it was just IG. Jeff Wilson looks like the happiest guy on the planet in this thing. And then the other person that is live tweeting from the conference is at Watch the Breaks on Twitter. That's a good follow, at Watch the Breaks. And the first thing that Jeff pulls out here in his video that he's got on IG is that the CEO of Fanatics / Topps said that the biggest product announcement ever in the history of sports trading cards in general, will be coming next month. And that's all that they gave. So they didn't give any sort of detail around that, but the biggest product announcement ever. So you talk about buildup, this is about as big as it can possibly get. They have set themselves up for letdown, but hopefully there isn't any letdown on this. But obviously we'll be watching out for that, paying very close attention and reporting on it the second that we hear about what exactly that means. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me go back. Biggest product announcement ever in a generation. So that could be something different, which means it's probably not going to outdo 89 Pro Set football or 93 Fleer Ultra basketball.
With more intense action, higher impact design, electrifying graphics, and foil stamping on both sides. 93, 94 Fleer Ultra. You still can't buy a better basketball card.
Guys, if you've made it this far and you're either hate watching or love watching, please don't forget to hit the big red button, the subscribe button down below. Get notified when new videos just about every day come out. All right, next I'm going to talk about an announcement they made that really only pertains to me. We'll get this out of the way quickly. Me and some others. I'm not going to say that others are not, but there's a limited Stranger Things cards collector base right now, that is. But they actually made some announcements around the next set. So we've got these kind of new Zero Cool Stranger Things boxes, these blaster boxes that came out here a few months back. They just recently got shipped. They're starting to hit eBay now in the secondary market. I have been picking up some of the parallels, but they announced that Paper S4, so we've all been talking about, I've been talking about it too, the release on the regular set. This is just kind of a primer, teaser, if you will, an appetizer. So S4 Paper comes out in the summertime at some point. And then there's a Hellfire edition, which is referring to the Hellfire Club in season 4. That's going to come out in November of 2023. That's going to include Logo Man autos or something to that effect. Anyway, it's a premium set. There's going to be Vecna autographs, the guy that plays Vecna. There's going to be Eddie autographs, and there's going to be more of the Millie Bobby Brown autographs. Now, she does not have any on-card autos. If you go all the way back to season 1, they are all sticker autos unless you've gotten in-person autos. I actually have a couple of cards that are in-person autos that I got for my two daughters. I got one for each of them. But as far as the manufacturer releasing on-card autos for Millie Bobby Brown, hasn't happened yet. So that's kind of the big question. Will these be the first on-card autos for Millie Bobby Brown for Stranger Things cards? We will be watching. As you can see, I'm excited about these new Stranger Things cards that are coming out later in the year. But how the heck am I going to afford it? Thank you to video sponsor DC Sports 87. This is part of how I do it. I've been getting more onto the selling side, and these guys handle really most of my eBay transactions. I just ship it off to DC Sports 87. Everything is updated in real time on the website. Easy peasy, hands-free. If there's returns or anything, I don't mess with it. So DC Sports 87, if you've got slabs you just don't want to bother with listing and shipping and packaging and all the stuff, check them out for this sort of thing. And they also made some announcements around Star Wars, culture cards, Dune cards. This is a thing that's not going away. And so this is going to be an awesome case study. Again, I've talked about this. What if there were, on-card autos going back to Seinfeld in the 90s, the Friends shows? What if there was that stuff back then? To me, Topps is really kind of taking this thing to the next level. Again, what will the quality control be like? Will the sets be on time? Will there be demand for it? And I'm not just talking about Stranger Things. I'm talking about all of this stuff, whether it be Dune or Star Wars. They've all got their own kind of collector bases. And how will it all go? It's going to be fun to watch. But I was actually talking to one of my hobby friends, Chris, on the phone today, baseball card collector, investor, dealer. And he actually made a very good point. If it's something that you're speculating on that you also really love, like for me, it's the Stranger Things series, it's the perfect kind of phenomenon coming together. And so I'm excited about this. And so we'll just have to see how this thing opens up. All right, back over to the sports card side. Another thing that we have talked about quite a bit with Fanatics, Topps, especially considering Fanatics, they're already deep into the memorabilia space. So for, signed jerseys and signed helmets and game use this, game use that, they're already deep into this thing. And so kind of the speculation is, if they're taking over trading cards, we should have some damn cool trading cards coming out. Well, they did announce Big League Baseball product that'll be coming out will have redemption cards inside of it that will allow players or give the ability for players like a Mike Trout or a Ronald Acuna Jr. to follow you on Instagram, which I know for somebody like me, that's not really that cool. But if you're a 13-year-old, if you're a 16-year-old, and maybe you play high school baseball, I don't know, that could be huge. If Mike Trout follows you on Instagram, let's just say. Kind of a cool, innovative thing. And again, for longtime baseball card collectors, they don't even have Instagram accounts. They're not going to care about this. But the other announcement that they made that was interesting is taking the bases from moments. They called these products moments that matter and taking, I guess, pieces of the base where something big happens. I think it's first home run or first stolen base or whatever it is for prospects. And they're going to break that down and put it into cards. So when you talk about innovation, I think the one thing that I'm excited about is I think we're really going to get away from player worn type stuff. Or if we do, it's definitely going to be kind of on the lower end. Actually, that stuff might actually be kind of like lower end product where you've got memorabilia that's just player worn or just something that doesn't have any significance to it. I've got a card. I should have pulled it out before I made the video. It's a 96 Upper Deck patch card that Football made. There's Barry Sanders. Marshall Faulk is the one that I've got. Dan Marino's got one. And it says right on the card exactly what game it's from. And it also says this is the first ever type of patch card, game used, that Upper Deck has ever done. It says it right on the back of the card. It's 96 Upper Deck. I wish I had pulled it out. If you watch my channel, you might have seen me pull this out before. There's a Sanders. There's a Marino. I've got Marshall Faulk. There's a few of them. But it would be awesome for them to get back to these moments where it's actually defined on the card, because this kind of ambiguous, like it's game used. Cool. What does that mean? That's the stuff I think if they can really shore that up, and we've speculated on it, a lot of other people have as well. Fanatics really has the ability, when you think about innovation, to me, it's, you've got different types of card stock and different things they can do as far as card design. That's innovation. But I'm big into the memorabilia cards. I like patch autos. I just like on-card auto type stuff. So if you can get a little bit innovative with the memorabilia side as well as card designs, but let's face it, how many different types of card designs are there, really? They've done a lot of different designs over the years. And so this is a part of the thing that I'm really excited about seeing is just how they take that game-used stuff to the next level and really make it special. And the whole thing with the social media follow, Mike Trout following you, for example, that's creative. It might not be for everybody, but it's a creative thing, and you're kind of wrapping experiences in. What if there's a World Series ticket assigned to a card, a redemption card? That could be a cool way for redemption cards to actually be meaningful. That actually could be like a chase. Oh, I got a redemption card and I can redeem it for a World Series ticket, or whatever. This is stuff for the utility of cards. It's something that's been talked about here over the last few years. We've seen some of it. We've certainly seen some of it, but this is kind of the fun, cool innovation stuff that hopefully is going to be coming about with Fanatics at the helm. Now, one other thing I want to talk about, they did also, I think it was SCI that reported on this, that they're consolidating product lines, taking a break or not returning to Clearly Authentic, Fire, Gallery, Bowman Chrome X, gold label, opening day, and first edition. So these are some that are either going to go away or they might just be on a break. I don't think it's a bad thing to consolidate products. I think there's frankly just too many different products. And when you look at certain things, it's like it's an expensive box. The resale value isn't there. And I get it. If you're a collector, then fine. If you just love the design of a certain set. But if they can have sets come out on time because they don't have 100 sets, they've got 25 sets or whatever it is, then great. I think that that's a great idea. So again, I think this is exciting stuff, and it could just be getting caught up in the moment of, ooh, we've got this big Topps conference. Everybody's talking a big game. The execution is going to be everything, just like with everything. You know, how are they going to execute? That's going to be key here. So guys, let me know your thoughts. Are you at the 2023 Topps conference? Are you excited about any of these things that we've talked about? Or is it just bleh, more of the same? I'm still not really happy with it. That's fine too. Throw your thoughts in. Stay healthy, stay awesome, and I will talk to you again later.